Hey everyone, this is Deanna the Organized Miss, and I'm here with a setup of my 2023 master planner, the common planner. I've got my other planners off camera here, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this on camera and I will just talk you through it. If you're interested in any of the specific planners, I'm going to try to remember to put like the timestamps so that if you just want to like skip past a section or whatever, if you're only interested in one kind. So this is the master planner. I'll do that one first because it's sort of what kind of my whole system revolves around. And then the common planner, because these two I think will just be working like in tandem. This is my first year using the common planner. And so we'll just kind of see how we go. And then I will talk about my Hobonichi weeks and my pocket rings, which is my wallet. And then I just have some overflow for journaling. So I'll have my A6 Hobonichi Techo. I do have my personal rings. That's still going to be a reference. And just random notebooks and that kind of thing. So let's just get into it. We'll see if I can do this all in one long take and not even have to edit. We'll see. So the first thing I guess is my master planner, what I have been making, I don't know, for about 5 years or so. This was this year's planner, and I update it each year kind of, and I take it to Kinko's. I buy these little plastic folders at the Dollar Tree or wherever, and then I just cut them in half, and then I take it in and I have them bind it all together. And so we'll do this one first. So I use this for record keeping for work mostly. I mean, obviously I do all my pre-planning, kind of brain dump, getting all the things out when I'm doing my weekly like review setup. I will just, post-it notes go in here, all kinds of things when I get my mail. Sometimes I'll stick that in there, like if I get some mail in and then I need to take action the next month, I'll slide it in the back. And so it is a catch-all for every single thing. And then at the end of the year, I file this with my tax paperwork. So I use it, I reference it when I'm getting my taxes together. And then if my accountant has any questions about anything, then we can flip through it, examples of more post-it notes. We can just go straight to it. Oh, look at that. In February, I had a note for myself to gather tax papers and create spreadsheet, which is about right. Yeah, so that is the main function of this. The front of it, if you've been around for a while, the front half of this is my pageant planning workbook that I use. I'm a director and coach for our local fair festival pageant, and so this is what I reference to work with the girls. I was trying to do like monthly tracking and stuff on here. It's a good idea. I did it for several months here. Then I moved over into my rings. I like it. I did include one. Oh, that's a motorcycle driving by. I am going to have to cut something, aren't I? But I decided not to do that this year. I put a form in here, basically, as just a placeholder. But I'm doing this in my Hobonichi weeks this year. So this is about done. I mean, we're in the last week of it. And so what I will need to do is just, where are we at? Right here. I will need to just like make sure everything's migrated. Well, let's look at that. I did that today. Since it is the 31st, it's been kind of a slow week. My car died here. It also died here. So I just got it back and it went Got my car back here, and it went back in the shop. So, I don't know, just, you know, I'll go through here and migrate, or I did do this, I did do this. This got canceled, I did this. Okay, I know I've already moved that forward. And this one. And this one. Yeah, so I would say this is just like, I write everything down in it, but it's when I'm sitting at my desk. And if I'm not like sitting here at this writing on it, then it goes in my, whatever my everyday carry is. So for this year, I got a smaller coil for starters, which I like the big one fine, but also this one is, this is smaller a little bit. I guess I have less inserts. I'm not really sure how that's possible, but also this is all filled out and used, and you know, the pages do bulk up. Oh, I should go ahead and take the, these paper clips off, shouldn't I? Because I'll probably like to use those. You know, I use paper clip. I'm very tactile, so it's more of like a sense memory things for me to know where I'm flipping to. And let's put these over. So this one is, I'm updating it and prototyping it with some of my girls and their moms, to see about if it's something that, so right now it's something that these activities and things is something I work with them, you know, one-on-one in, but I'm wondering if I can make this available like en masse that people can do, you know, on their own without me, obviously, multiplying myself, basically. And so I put it up here, not because I need it for me, but more of, like a memory, not a memory keeper, but, you know, just to remind me, like, where am I at with this? And then I will flip through it from time to time and update it. And I've done that for the last couple of years in each of my planners. I will have it in the front section. But I tabbed off a couple of things because I have shown them before when I'm doing setups for my channel, that I refer to them. And so the first one here is this, my monthly goals breakdown, or annual to quarterly, monthly, and then weekly. And so I do need to set that up. However, I say that I also type up all my goals, and they're on the computer, and I do them kind of like, well, I thought they were in there, kind of like a vision. It's a vision, and it's what I use to break down to make my goals. So, well, I thought it was right here. I was gonna, oh, it's in this one. So essentially let's see, which one can I show you that by category? So yeah, this one's fine. Make sure there's no personal, you know, personal. Okay, so basically I take the idea of this and I use this to break these down, is what I'm saying. So, and I have them broken out by category. So I think in my brain in 3 categories, because I think I'm a 3-part person: being, body, and my brain, basically. My spirit, my physical self, and then intellectual self. And so I have one for each of them. And then I break that down even further. So like here for my being, my spirituality, my family, and my friends. Because to me, this is all what feeds my inner self. And then I have like an affirmation here and just a statement of who I am. And then with each category, what do I have as a desired outcome? And again, it's not goal focused as much as it is vision, like big, high level, 50,000 foot kind of view type of things. And so I would put these down for each category, like what's my desired outcome? And then I take that one more step, and then I say, what would be my action steps that I would need to incorporate for that? And then I actually have what now this action step would also be a goal. And then from that, I tell myself that now I'm going to create a monthly task. So each month will be something different, right? So I don't write that on here. I just know from here, that's what I'm going to fill out in here and move forward. And then at least once a year, but sometimes multiple times a year, I come in and I review, how am I? Where am I at? Am I putting enough focus in one area or the other? And I do that for all three areas. So my being, my body, and my brain. So for my body, I'll take my little post-it notes off. I got more. So for my body, obviously that's my physical health and wellness, but it's also my physical environment. So body can not just be my physical body house, but also where my body lives. And so I have my kind of affirmation or statement for each of those, and then what my desired outcomes for these areas of my life. Like, again, focus, big, high level, not actually, it's not a goal necessarily, but it's an area to focus on. And then like the action steps. So for example, I'm just going to use one. So under health and wellness, I broke it up into just overall balance in my life, like how I'm going to maintain balance. So I'm going to use mood trackers to observe and manage that balance. So monthly, I need to make sure I have weekly trackers for each month, basically. And I'm going to review my trackers each week, or however I set that up. So let's find another, okay, here's an easy one, water. So it's broken down: diet, exercise, medical appointments, water, self-care things. And so under water, I have drink 64 to 120 ounces of water daily. And so I need to track that daily. So that would be something I would put on I wouldn't need to put that on a weekly thing. I would find a way to track that daily. How would I do that? So that's basically how that is. And then brain. So brain, I have that divided up into finances, career, and fun recreation. So that would be like my income, expenses, but also then my career, like what's my focus, like what's my goal, because I'm self-employed and I'm a freelance, so I have to go out and generate my own work, I have to pitch my ideas, all of the things, and so I have to track that. And then so recreation would be, how will I continue to engage my brain in a fun way, that's fun for me, and it isn't necessarily income producing, is what I mean by that. It's planning. So I already have these, is what I'm saying, and I just have a spreadsheet on my computer, or it's probably Sheets, Google Sheets, and then I go in and update it every so often whenever I feel like I'm going to make changes. This year I'm focusing on my health. Like, that is a big thing. Like, I'm going to use this Hobonichi for that body, for the whole body category. I'm going to track these things in here. And so my goals, what I will break down and put them in here. Like, so what's my quarterly one goal for my body? Like, I know I need to fill this out. I just haven't yet. We're talking about it. But I would put, so my birthday is the end of the year, and I will be 50 this year. And so I cannot believe I said that out loud. It just feels weird. Like, I know it, I'm excited for it, but also I don't feel whatever 50, when I was young, 50 felt really old. Now I still feel young. perspective, right? So for example, here, let's turn it this way so we can see it. So for example, I would say, I went and had my BMI measured. And so I know what it is now, and I know what goal I would like it to be. I don't know if I can reach that in a year or 6 months, or if, I have no idea how long it's going to take. But I would set myself a goal of what I think I could do. Let's just say, I'm just going to say I want to lose 20% body fat. That seems pretty ambitious, actually. But anyway, we're just going to use that for example. And I know that's going to be my annual goal. So I would put that here. And then, okay, so I'm going to divide that by 4, because it might take me only 1 quarter, but realistically it could take me 4 quarters or longer. And so it'd say, so that would be 5% each quarter. And so then I would even break that down further. Okay, I could do about 1.5%, give or take, each month. Okay, what do I need to do to reduce my body fat by 1.5% this month? I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. I'm only going to focus about this. And once I know that, then I'm going to break down weekly. What am I going to do each week to move me towards that? Because at first, this 20% body fat is a lot. It's a big number, and you might think overwhelming. Oh, I don't even know where to start or how to do it. But by breaking it down into smaller pieces, I was going to say, I think it's Shel Silverstein that has the book How to Eat an Elephant One Bite at a Time, right? And so you just break it down to the smallest denominator, like in fractions. What is the smallest thing I can do that when it's multiplied will give me the greatest results, right? And so obviously something like health and nutrition, I'm not just pulling numbers out of my hat. I'm actually talking to people who can help me, at the gym and nutrition wise, and all of the things. I'm gonna start on Herbalife. Well, I've been using it for a while, but I'll be more like proactive with using that as part of the tools to help me reach my physical goals. So just knowing then, okay, well, what do I need to do each week? Well, I'm going to have to break that down even further. What am I going to do each day? And so once I have my weekly goal, then as part of my weekly review, weekly setup, whatnot, I come, let's see, where does it start? Is this December? Is that this week? Oh, it is. So I would then, as part of my weekly review, come in and set up what needs to be done each week to reach that one goal. And that's what this is. So really, I think it's a pretty simple system. And I like this because there's a lot of space. I always do it in full letter size because I just scribble. I don't have beautiful handwriting. I keep thinking someday I would make that a goal. Like I even have purchased a course, an online course for doing better like brush calligraphy, but I'm, whatever, gotta make time for that, right? Yeah, so that is how this paper is really soft. It's a good quality. That's how I'm using this. It's just going to be real simple. So let's just set it up while we're here, right? But I'm going to refer to my, this one pretty much already did. I may or may not go back and back plan this. I don't know. Probably not, because I don't need to, because I like to house calendar year with calendar year, especially when, for my accountant. And so, like when I mark these things off, then what I will just go through here and say, what do I know? Like, kind of like a brain dump, essentially. This is how I pre-plan and I brain dump things Sometimes I'll put them on here, but then I know, kind of like bullet journal, I'm going to move it forward, you know, or I may put it back on the someday maybe list. And so this is going to be a holiday, so I'm trying to think. Oh, I do know it's going to be opening day, so I'm going to go in to celebrate with their new location for my friend at his new club. So that is what I've got there. And then as far as like moving things forward from last week, I'm just going to go back a couple weeks, because like you noticed, if I sometimes I just won't check them off because whatever, I get working in another planner, but I always come back like maybe I missed something and I don't want to miss something. Some of it I've already moved back onto a master task list or a project list. I think that we have gotten it. Let's move this over here. This is my little reminder to myself, because I haven't moved it forward in a while. But my philosophy is kind of like Foursquare when you're a kid, you know, and you knock the ball into the other square and you want to keep it going. You don't want to be the person to drop the ball. And so it's like, that's how I think about getting things done. I do my part and pass it on. And I can't micromanage the other person to get theirs done. I just hope that they do. But I don't want to be the person that drops the ball on a project. And so that just helps me remember. All right, I think I've gone back far enough now that I all right, so I feel pretty good about this. So we're just gonna set it over here. And then I will, because I haven't set up at all, this is it. You are setting up with me as I go. I have been putting things in my my Hobonichi weeks, which has been my everyday carry. And so I have my appointments in here listed. I'm just going to transfer them over, just one. So again, this is my master everything. And if I put everything in here, it doesn't matter which planner I'm in, you know, which one of these I can rotate. And that really is the key to it. If you have a system, then you should be able to move planners around. Now, not everybody can or wants to do that. I don't just, I mean, I do move from planner to planner from time to time, but I always have this one set up. And when I move them, what I mean is I leave them set up and I will duplicate all the information in all the planners, because for me that helps with my memory, retention, and so writing them down helps. And so that's what I will do. And I'm okay with that. Some people may think, oh, that's a lot to keep writing it down, but it helps me because I can write something down and then not remember, you know, which is a pain. But this is how I've learned to work around it. So yeah, I fill in all my appointments. Then I'll have these set up in here, and then going forward, just as they come up, you know, I just write them down right away. I noticed there's a lot of doctor's appointments in here. So really I am making this year my health. I mean, I always kind of make it a priority, I would say. Not kind of, I do. But I think even more so this year, in that being more proactive with all the things. Okay, what is this? 11:30. Now I do know something is here because I just I got it and just got the notification about it. Okay, which I didn't put it on here. Let's see where we're at. And I also am a caregiver for my mother because she is legally blind, and she lives on her own still, but she obviously doesn't drive, and so when she has appointments and whatnot, I am the person for that. Okay, let's see, do we have any? Okay. Oh. So now that I've got these set up, I can go back and then just part of my weekly review, I flip here, I go here. And next week, so nothing on Monday, obviously. All right, so now, if there's anything, like, if I look at these, I would look at this and say, is there anything I need to do for each of these? And really just this one, which is, I am planning an article. So this is basically a presentation that will happen. And so I will go and document it and film it and write an article and you know, do the interview and everything about the event. But also then the lead up to that is, I'll write the article letting people know that that's what's happening. And so my deadline, I like to put those in. And then I have one, which really, I do have a deadline, which is tonight. Well, not tonight, but Monday morning. But because of the holiday, I think I'll just aim for this weekend paper. So here I'll write, this is my code to myself to submit the article. And this is another one. So now that I got like my appointments, meetings, anything, right, just what I have right now, things come up as the week goes on and then it gets filled up. And this is just completely brain dumping. This isn't looking at anything else. This isn't going to my trigger list. It's just what I have. And so part of my weekly review then would be to go and find my trigger list, which for me, I keep here. And this one is just what I made for myself, what I do each year, each month, each week, and then obviously each day. And since it is the beginning of the year, I'm going to look through here and say, okay, what have I done? The annual goals summit and updating my being, body, brain. Well, I'm doing that here with you now. I mean, some of it I did before I came on. Set up my new bilateral planner. So that's what I call the system that I do, bilateral planning. So the master planner, it's very list-based, words, like logic left brain. And then my memory keeping and my everyday carry. So this, my Hobonichi Weeks, is very colorful, and I use stickers and pictures to help me process things visually. And so this is right brain, you know, focusing, you know, you don't have a left and right brain, but you do have left and right hemispheres that do have different functions. And so the right hemisphere processes things not using words. So emotions, feelings, colors, things you see, but without words. And so I do both because I did have some severe brain trauma, and I had to relearn it all over again. And what I learned for myself, due to this community, I mean, the planner community has been a major part of my healing journey. And that is how I learned that I learn differently. And sometimes on a daily basis, or even, you know, I might wake up in the morning and words are hard. Like, just words are hard. And so if I can spend some time, you know, doing stickers or junk journaling, you know, things that don't require words but definitely can help my brain process, I can do that. And then maybe later in the day, pictures and colors and sounds even are overwhelming, and I, you know, can't process them. I just need black and white. So that's what I do. So, which is what I'm doing here. We're setting up all the planners. And then I set up my annual budget spreadsheet. So I do need to do that. So let's just put that on the list of things for annual. So basically, I do have an obviously a spreadsheet with all my expenses and everything. But then I keep it again yearly. So I will take that spreadsheet and create a new one, like a duplicate, but with all the new information for this year. And I just keep that year to year. But it's still something that needs to get done. And then renew my post office box, which I did, and my safe deposit box. So this is, the bank is not open on Monday. So that'll be a Tuesday thing. So gather my tax paperwork and make the appointments. So I always look at this, and, you know, you saw the Post-it note from last February. But it seems like it's April 13th before I'm making the appointment. But I do need to do that. So let's just, realistically, it is not going to happen this week. It just isn't. So what I'm going to do is make a Post-it, you know. Okay, so what I've done here is basically created a project. So if you're familiar with the Getting Things Done method, David Allen, if you can do it in 2 minutes, it's a task. If it takes more than one thing, if it requires 2 different steps to get accomplished, it's a project. And so for me, if I say taxes, that's a project. It's not just, oh, taxes, it's multiple steps. You know, I need to gather my paperwork. I need to update the spreadsheet. And again, I didn't even use the verb, which is what he would say. Write a verb so you know what to do, so it's not overwhelming. So the best way would be, say, gather paperwork. And I put a dot there so that I can check it off when I'm done. Spreadsheet. Enter in spreadsheet. And then, and this is just add the planner to all the paperwork. And then set the appointment with my accountant. And as I wrote this down, then I remembered, ooh, there's something else I need to do. Part of this gather paperwork is I have a pile of things that need to be filed. So I need to file file papers. So while I'm not going to do this week, I could do this, file papers. So I am going to put this for now. It won't stay here. What I will do is put it on a project list. It will get its own page. Probably then what happens is what I use for reference, and it will get a page in here. Or if I'm really feeling fancy about it, which I might do, I might put it in my wallet, which is my finance, my everyday carry kind of is for my wallet. And since this is finance related, I'll probably do a little project sheet in here. Now that I'm talking it out with you, thank you for letting me do that. But what I can do is probably file is work on that here. So as I'm looking at what my week looks like, I'm also asking myself, like, what do I feel energetically? So a lot of it is just paying attention to not just what do I want to accomplish, but what do I feel is I'm able to accomplish. And then looking like, is this a doctor's appointment in town? Is this a lunch date with a girlfriend out of town or in town? Is this doctor in town, out of town, that kind of thing. And so, which then that determines how much drive time I have, you know, so I will block that off. She and I always eat and talk and drink coffee and tea and all the things. It is like our quarterly catch up. This one, I'll know I have to go in a little early to set up, and I will be there for cleanup. And so this one I'll be like there. And so I will block this out, because if I just write in that time when the appointment is, then I'm not allowing for travel time and whatnot. So I'll fill that in. And so when I look at this, then I have a better sense about, oh, here's my white spaces. Here's where I can do the things that need to get done. And so this opening day is out of town. So I know I'm going to have to travel. So depending on what time, because I think it's from like 7 to 3. So I just have to pick a time for me to go and do that. Well, that's going to be travel time whenever I do. So when I decide, I will put that in. And then one more task, this annual budget spreadsheet, that's probably the only other thing I will do in the evening when I get home. But when I look at this and I go, what is my priority for the week? My priority, I've already set on here, right? And so my health and wellness. So I've made sure that my appointments, like for my physical health, my date with my friend, my lunch date, whatever, is important for my mental health, my well-being, but it's also, you know, just like for my emotional wellness as well. But my physical, like my exercise and stuff. And so I go to work out in the morning. Oh, I need to find out if they're even open. Here, hold that thought. I'm not sure what time they open. I mean, I feel pretty like, I feel like they'll have regular hours, right? On the 2nd, but what do I know? I don't even know. Wonder what their hours tomorrow are. Well, they're closed now. Yeah. Sunday. Okay, so they are open tomorrow. From 9 to 6. Okay. So let's just write that on there. So I'm going to go work out tomorrow. And it's somewhere between 9 and 6. And I don't know. I honestly don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. During the week, I have to go first thing. I cannot go about my day what I mean to say is, if I don't work out first thing, I'm probably not going to go later in the day, because once I get started with my day, forward momentum and all that. So, so part of my health priorities for myself this year are to schedule in my workouts first thing every day. And then I can come home and do my morning routine. And I'm trying not to schedule anything before 10 o'clock, any day of the week. And that's just because then I can come home, shower, dress, ready, all the things, and do my morning routines, so that by 11 o'clock, or sometimes 10:30, you know, I can get to work if I'm working from home, or if I have meetings or something like that. So pencil in my workouts. And so probably I will also work out on the 7th also. Why not? And then what I used to do was block out my, just like run a block, you know, like, should I use a ruler for this? No, I just learned like yesterday that my ruler, this is a straight side and this is ridged. I don't know if you can tell that. I never realized that. And I would draw it and it would be bumpy, and it never dawned on me that there was a straight side. Well, now I'm going to be mindful of that and try to use a straight edge. And also, I don't know why I'm so nervous about drawing a straight line, but okay. And then all right. Obviously Saturday, Sundays are a little bit different, just because I don't know why. They, you know, they just are sometimes. Okay, so this is so that I can get my things taken care of first thing, which is my priority. And then let's see. So now I know I'm probably going, I will probably go right here. I will probably go here. Which means I'm going to have travel time. So, and that literally, this is how I fill out my week. So I think I've gotten everything set up just by looking at it. Oh, you know what I still want to do? I forgot. I like to put tabs on my monthly so that I can, you know, just flip through it. Well, how is this open? Maybe I didn't take enough off. There we go. Got my little label maker. I did have some stickers with the months. Let's see if they will fit on there. Like, I had some smaller ones somewhere. Now these are the large ones. I was just thinking maybe some I think these had the days of the month on them. Well, I do have some, which, let's just see. I don't necessarily want color. Oh wait, let's see, what are these? I think they're here. I mean, that's all right, we'll use them. I mean, what am I gonna save all these stickers for? Point is to use them. I was gonna, you know, do that with the label. But now let's just see. Is that going to be too big? Oh, you know what? They're all going to maybe fit. I may have to trim them a little bit, but that's all right. We can do it. So, isn't that part of the fun of planning? It's just setting it up the way you want it. And let's see. Now, here's the thing. Am I going to have to trim this? I don't know. Look at that. I think it's going to work. Now, is that... All right. Well, you can't actually see it. I guess I could move it out. I don't want it to stick out too far, but also I do like to read it, you know. Yeah, close enough, right? These sticker books are so fun. I think I got these at Walmart, and every time I see a new one, I'll pick it up. I never use all the stickers in there, but sometimes they've got some cute ones, and sometimes, you know, they're not so cute, but also to each his own, right? Sometimes I like the color scheme. I did not put that on there straight. Is that going to bother me? Let's see. Do I have some tweezers? Can I pull that off? I don't know. If not, I'll probably be okay with it, right? But if I can, why not try to make it straight? Oh yeah, this is gonna peel off some of the, yeah, well, guess what? It's staying just like that. February. And see if we can kind of line it up. Close enough, right? So, does anybody else wait until New Year's Eve to do your planners? Are you one of those that likes to start in September? Which, hey, no shade. Like, I start thinking about what I want to do in September. Like, I start editing, you know, this portion. But as far as like actually setting it up like this, that's what I do New Year's Eve. I love to do like my goal planning and vision planning. Obviously there's stuff you have to prep ahead of time, but as far as, you know, this part, I love to do this. Instead of going out on the town, which I did enough of that as a youth. As a young person, that is no longer interesting to me, but playing with my planners is. And these are actually really nice. Got these at the Dollar Tree, I think, and they're really sturdy. I don't know what I was thinking about getting, but okay. Oh, May. Like, is that a little, yeah, that is feeling a little, well, it's fine. At some point, you just gotta not be obsessive about it, right? Actually, these are really cute. Colors are turning out okay. I wasn't really planning on necessarily a color scheme. In fact, what I was gonna use for this cover was a different a different plastic folder altogether. And I emailed my files to Kinko's because that's where I get it done. Did I not put that on straight? Well, whatever. And I said, you know, please don't bind it yet. I'll come in with my my covers. And so I went in and I left them. I left it here. So I had to stop at the Dollar Tree, which is where I found these, the Dollar Tree. And I bought this one, which is fine. It's okay. It's cute. It's actually really cute. But the cover that I didn't use, where is it? Is it over here? Was this one. And I've been wanting to use it for 2 years. And the last 2 years, I forgot it both times. And today, I had it ready. I had it cut, sitting right over here. And I walked out without it. Oh, gracious. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. But I found this one. It's not, and it's nice, you know. Nothing wrong with it. Is this on the right side? Yeah. Oh, gracious. Maybe this one isn't going to come off as well. Well, that just tells me these are very strong. They're going to be good and sticky. August. Yeah, very scientific. I'm just eyeballing them. September. Okay. We're at September. Where do I have those? Yeah, this one is sticking out a little far, isn't it? It is going to make me a little anxious. Okay. Close enough. I say that and then I go back and fix it, right? September, October. Yeah, and there were exactly 12 in these, so that's nice. Just enough. And the Dollar Tree, the $1.25 tree, actually. But it's still pretty good, you know. Spend $50 on a planner, but by golly, I don't want to spend more than $1 on these. Oh, gracious. And December. All right. Pretty pleased with how this has turned out. There we go. Okay, that part is good. Is there anything else I need to do right now? So I guess why the other one was bigger was I included more of the the project pages and stuff in here last year, and I did not include as many this year. So let's see. I think I only have two in here, and some is because I'm not planning like any major no, I'm not planning any. Let me rephrase that. I have less projects happening this year. And so, you know, the things that I'm focusing on are like my health and wellness, and planning at least one trip out of the country. But obviously I'll need more than just this, so that'll be on the computer. And these are really for brainstorming, like brainstorming a project and the tasks of what I need to do. It's usually not the final thing, but it is a good placeholder here. So I will need to set some time working the projects out. If that is something you're interested in watching me brainstorm out a project here for you, just leave me a comment below, and yeah, maybe I can do something like that. I always think it's interesting to watch how other people, you know, think and work out things. You know, sometimes it might help me think through one of my own problems. So anyway, yeah, we'll do that. This video is already getting to be an hour, and I know I said I was going to do all these on here, but I may have to break it up into more than one video because I still have my common planner that I want to do, and I think it's going to need a whole hour at least by itself too. So maybe I will turn this off and turn it back on and start with this one. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Thank you for joining me, watching me, and I hope you have a blessed and happy new year. Bye-bye.